We're working at two shawarma joints. First one is Shelby's, where the shawarma man works. Reinventing shawarma is a passion that you can taste, a passion we're proud to share. Every menu item is made fresh and made to be the best you've ever tasted. Shelby's is a fast casual shawarma chain born in London, Ontario, on a mission to modernize the shawarma in unspeakable ways while also helping to spread happiness and the appetite for good food and good flavor in communities. Yuzan and Yasser, two friends who met at college. One of them was business obsessed, they couldn't talk about anything else, and the other could not stop cooking for everyone. Both had Middle Eastern roots as well as a passion for their authentic food. The two boys started selling mom's recipe of traditional chicken shawarma from a dingy little food trailer in Lambeth, Ontario. A much bigger idea clicked a year after they needed to bring something different to the local market using this fantastic shawarma recipe. A legendary approach to traditional Arabian food was being developed, whereby alluring Arabian flavor is met with other world cuisines to create something that is both unique and downright delicious, at the best of both worlds, you could say. The first Shelby's restaurant opened in London, Ontario in 2015. It was an instant hit. 7 years later, Shelby's has expanded to 9 locations and counting. We've served our delicious shawarma, falafels, saj bread and our infamous shawarma poutine to hundreds of thousands of happy customers. We are on a mission to modernize the conventional shawarma by being innovative with the flavors we use and expanding these unique flavors nationwide for all Canadians to enjoy. A vision to achieve. Every community deserves legendary shawarma. We're looking for the right applicants. Perhaps you're a young and eager entrepreneur, or someone with business experience and are passionate about the welfare of your community. Our opening team is here to give you the support you need to take your aspirations a step further. Are you interested in Shelby's franchise yet? I know I am. Values that fuel us. Commitment. Shawarma, the most desirable street food in the Arab world, will always be our first love, even as we tackle other fusion food opportunities. Nevertheless, we are committed to maintaining absolute consistency in our root flavors, house-made sauces and fresh ingredients while ensuring the highest quality Canadian-sourced proteins. Innovation is our game, and it's what makes us a different sort of place. The way we do marketing is also quite unconventional. So much so that other businesses in our locale try to emulate our innovative techniques in their marketing. Loyalty. Shelby's is a young company with big ambitions, and those ambitions cannot see results without the help of outstanding and creative team members. Loyalty to and from our team members in the kitchens, the staff members behind the counters, our franchisees and our customers all are invaluable to the success of our operation. Unity. Our Shelby's Giving Back initiative encourages our team to get involved in causes they feel passionate about. The amazing power of the legendary shawarma in strengthening the community has inspired us to make our wraps and bowls accessible to everyone. Fulfillment. We want to satisfy your taste buds when you're at Shelby's. If God forbid, ketchup in your shawarma makes you a happier person, we will load on that even if it makes us low-key cringe in absolute disgust. Welcome to Shelby Shawarma. How may I help you?
Do you know me? I'm The Rock.
Dwayne Douglas Johnson, born May 2, 1972, also known by his ring name The Rock, is an American actor, businessman, and professional wrestler. He is currently signed to WWE, performing on the SmackDown brand as a member of the Bloodline. Widely regarded as one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, 5'6", he was integral to the development and success of the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, during the Attitude Era, an industry boom period in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Johnson wrestled for the WWF for 8 years before pursuing an acting career. His films have grossed over $3.5 billion in North America and over $10.5 billion worldwide, 7, making him one of the world's highest-grossing and highest-paid actors. 8, 9, 10. He is a co-owner of the United Football League, a professional American football league. 11, 12, 13. He is also a member of the board of directors of TKO Group Holdings, the parent company of UFC and WWE. 14, 15, 16. After accepting an athletic scholarship to play football at the University of Miami, he was a member of the 1991 national championship team but was largely a backup player. 17. Despite aspirations to professional football, he went undrafted in the 1995 NFL Draft, and briefly signed with the Calgary Stampeders before being cut in his first season. 18. In 1996, Johnson's father Rocky assisted in helping him secure a contract with the WWF. 2. Johnson quickly rose to global prominence, aided by a gimmick he employed as a charismatic trash talker. Johnson left the WWE in 2004 and returned in 2011 as a part-time performer until 2013, making sporadic appearances. 19. A 10-time world champion, including the promotion's first of African American descent. 20. He is also a 2-time Intercontinental Champion, a 5-time Tag Team Champion, the 2000 Royal Rumble winner, and WWE's 6th Triple Crown Champion. Johnson headlined the most bought professional wrestling pay-per-view, WrestleMania 28, and was featured among the most watched episodes of WWE's flagship television series, Raw and SmackDown. 21-22. Johnson's first film role was in The Mummy Returns, 2001. The next year, he played his first leading role in the action fantasy film The Scorpion King. He has since starred in family films The Game Plan, 2007, Race to Witch Mountain, 2009, Tooth Fairy, 2010, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, 2017, Jumanji, The Next Level, 2019, and Jungle Cruise, 2021, and the action films Journey to The Mysterious Island, 2012, G.I. Joe, Retaliation, 2013, Hercules, 2014, Skyscraper, 2018, San Andreas, 2015, and Rampage, 2018. He also starred in the action comedy films Get Smart, 2008, Central Intelligence, 2016, Baywatch, 2017, and Red Notice, 2021. His role as Luke Hobbs in the Fast Furious films, beginning with Fast 5, 2011, helped the franchise become one of the highest-grossing in film. 23. He joined the DC Extended Universe playing the title role in Black Adam, 2022. 24. He is also known for voicing Maui in the Disney animated film Moana, 2016, and is set to reprise the role in the upcoming live-action remake. 25. Johnson produced and starred in the HBO comedy-drama series Ballers, 2015-A 2019-26, and the autobiographical sitcom Young Rock, 2021. His autobiography, The Rock Says, was released in 2000 and was a New York Times bestseller. 27-28. In 2012, he co-founded the entertainment production company 7 Bucks Productions. 29. In 2016 and 2019, Time named Johnson as one of the world's most influential people. 30-31. Early life. As a senior at Freedom High School in Bethlehem Township, Pennsylvania, Johnson was a member of the school's football, track and field, and wrestling teams when, he says, his thought process started to change. That's when I started thinking about goals and what I wanted to accomplish. Johnson was born in Hayward, California, 32-33, on May 2, 1972, 34, the son of Maitani Ufigamalta Arafita Zemeniu, N.A. copyright Team Avia 35-36, and former professional wrestler Rocky Johnson, born Wade Douglas Bowles. 37-38. Growing up, he briefly lived in Grey Lynn in Auckland, New Zealand, with his mother's family. 39, where he played rugby. 40. and attended Richmond Road Primary School before returning to the U.S. 39. Johnson's father was a black Nova Scotian with a small amount of Irish ancestry. 41-42, his mother is Samoan. His father and Tony Atlas were the first black tag team champions in WWE history, in 1983. 43-44, his mother is the adopted daughter of Peter Maivia, who was also a professional wrestler. 45, Johnson's maternal grandmother Leah was one of the first female pro wrestling promoters, taking over Polynesian Pacific Pro Wrestling after her husband's death in 1982 and managing it until 1988. 46-47, through his maternal grandfather Maivia, Johnson is a non-blood relative of the Inouye wrestling family. 48-49 50-51-52, in 2008, he inducted his father and grandfather into the WWE Hall of Fame. 53. Johnson attended Montclair Elementary School in Charlotte, North Carolina, and then moved to Hamden, Connecticut, where he attended Shepherd Glen Elementary School and then Hamden Middle School. 54-55, he attended President William McKinley High School in Honolulu and then Glencliff High School and McGavock High School, both in Nashville, Tennessee, and then Freedom High School in Bethlehem Township, Pennsylvania, in the Lehigh Valley region of the state, where he graduated in 1990. 56. At Freedom High School, Johnson initially struggled and was drawn into a culture of conflict and petty crime. By age 17, he had been arrested several times for fighting, theft, and check fraud, and was suspended 2 weeks for fighting. 57. An article in the local newspaper labeled him a troubled teenager with a history of run-ins with police. But Freedom High School football coach Jody Quick saw athletic potential in Johnson, and recruited him to join the school's football team, where he played defensive tackle, an experience that proved to be a significant personal transformation for Johnson. My thought process started to change. That's when I started thinking about goals and what I wanted to accomplish, he has since said about his high school football experience. 17. In addition to playing football, Johnson also was a member of Freedom High School's track and field and wrestling teams. 37. By his senior year at Freedom High School, Johnson had played only 2 years of football, but was offered a full athletic scholarship offer from the University of Miami, whose football program was beginning to emerge as one of the nation's top-level NCAA Division I teams. 17. Football career. College career. Dwayne Johnson, number 94 position, defensive tackle, major criminology and physiology. Personal information. Born May 2, 1972, age 51, Hayward, California, U.S. Height 6 feet 5 in, 1.96 meters, weight 253 pounds, 115 kilograms, career history. College. Miami, FL, 1990-1994, Bowl games. Cotton Bowl Classic, 1991, Orange Bowl, 1992, High School. Freedom High School, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Career highlights and awards. AP Poll National Champion, 1991. As he did in high school, Johnson continued to play defensive tackle at the University of Miami, where he was a member of the Miami Hurricanes 1991 team, which won that year's national championship. 58-37, despite playing 4 years there, however, Johnson found himself behind elite players on the depth chart, including future NFL star and Pro Football Hall of Fame inductee Warren Sapp, and appeared mostly in backup roles. 59-60, in his time at Miami, Johnson played in 39 games with 1 start. He recorded 4.5 sacks and 77 tackles. 61. In 1995, Johnson graduated with a Bachelor of General Studies and a dual major in criminology and physiology. 62. He was also one of the university's most prolific student speakers in the Miami area community, frequently delivering positive messages about his own struggles and encouraging students to remain in school and avoid the dangers of drug use. 63. Canadian Football League. After graduating, Johnson was signed by the Calgary Stampeders of the Canadian Football League. Calgary moved him from defensive tackle to linebacker. He was assigned to Calgary's practice roster, but was cut 2 months into Calgary's 1995 season. 37-64-65. Professional wrestling career. Early career, 1996. Part of a series on professional wrestling. History. Notable promotions. Notable people by region. Styles. Concepts. Media controversies. Lists. Related topics. After being cut by Calgary, Johnson began his professional wrestling career the next year, in 1996. 37. Veteran wrestler Pat Patterson secured several tryout matches for Johnson with the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, in 1996. Wrestling at first under his real name, Johnson defeated the Brooklyn Brawler at a house show on March 10, '66, and lost matches to Chris Candido and Owen Hart. 39. After wrestling at Jerry Lawler's United States Wrestling Association under the name Flex Cavana and winning the USWA Tag Team Championship twice with his partner Bart Sawyer in the summer of 1996, Johnson was signed to a WWF contract. He received additional training from Tom Pritchard, alongside Akim Albrecht and Mark Henry. 439. World Wrestling Federation, World Wrestling Entertainment Intercontinental Champion, 1996-1997. Johnson made his WWF debut as Rocky Maivia, a combination of his father and grandfather's ring names, although announcers acknowledged his real name. 67. He was initially reluctant to take this ring name but was persuaded by Vince McMahon and Jim Ross. 47-68. He was given the nickname the Blue Chipper, and to play up his lineage, he was hyped as the WWF's first third-generation wrestler. 3. A clean-cut face character, Maivia was pushed heavily from the start despite his wrestling inexperience. He debuted on Monday Night Raw as a member of Mark Merrow's entourage on November 4, 1996. 69. His first match came at Survivor Series on November 17, 1996. In an 8-man elimination tag match he was the sole survivor and eliminated the final 2 members of the opposing team, Crush and Goldust. 70. On February 13, 1997, he won the Intercontinental Championship from Hunter Hearst Helmsley on Monday Night Raw. 71-72-73, Maivia then successfully defended the title against Helmsley at In Your House 13, Final 4. Johnson's first WrestleMania match came at WrestleMania 13 on March 23, 1997, where he was victorious in his Intercontinental Championship defense against the Sultan. WWF fans started to reject his character and push from the company. 74. He defeated Bret Hart by disqualification in a title defense on the March 31 episode of Raw is War. 75. Behind the scenes, Hart mentored Johnson for his first year in WWF 76, and refused to be booked to take the title from him. 77. On April 20, at In Your House 14, Revenge of the Taker, he lost to Savio Vega by countout but retained the title. Audiences became increasingly hostile toward Maivia, with chants of Die, Rocky, Die and Rocky Sucks being heard during his matches. 247. After losing the Intercontinental Championship to Owen Hart on the April 28, 1997, episode of Raw is War. 78. Maivia suffered a legitimate knee injury in a match against Mankind in June 1997 and spent several months recovering. 2. Nation of Domination, 1997-1998, see also, Nation of Domination. Upon returning in August 1997, Maivia turned heel for the first time in his career by lashing out at fans who had been booing him and joining Farouk, D'Lo Brown and Kama in the stable called the Nation of Domination. 79. He then refused to acknowledge the Rocky Maivia name, instead referring to himself in the third person as The Rock, though he would still be billed as The Rock Rocky Maivia until 1998. The Rock would then regularly insult the audience, WWF performers, and interviewers in his promos. 79. At D-Generation X, In Your House on December 7, 1997, Stone Cold Steve Austin defeated The Rock in under 6 minutes to retain the Intercontinental Championship. 80. The next night on Raw is War, Austin was ordered by Mr. McMahon to defend the title in a rematch, but forfeited it to The Rock instead, handing him the title belt before hitting him with the Stone Cold Stunner. 81-82. The Rock feuded with Austin and Ken Shamrock through the end of 1997 and beginning of 1998. 83-84. On January 19, 1998, at the Royal Rumble, The Rock defeated Shamrock by disqualification to retain the Intercontinental title. Later that night, he entered the Royal Rumble match and lasted until the final two before he was eliminated by Stone Cold Steve Austin. On March 29, at WrestleMania 14, he defeated Shamrock by disqualification once again to retain the title. The next night, on Raw is War, The Rock debuted a new Intercontinental Championship design and would later overthrow Farouk as leader of the Nation of Domination to spark a feud between the two. He then successfully defended the Intercontinental title against Farouk at Over the Edge. In Your House on May 31, the stable would then refer to themselves as simply The Nation. 85. The Rock and The Nation then feuded with Triple H and D-Generation X, with the two stable leaders first meeting in the quarterfinal of the 1998 King of the Ring tournament, which The Rock won. At King of the Ring, The Rock defeated Dan Severn in the semi-final match and lost to rival Ken Shamrock in the final. The Rock then resumed his feud with Triple H, as the two had a 2 out of 3 falls match at Fully Loaded, In Your House for the Intercontinental title, which The Rock retained in controversial fashion. 86. This led to a ladder match at SummerSlam on August 30, 1998, where The Rock lost the title. 87. In the latter half of 1998, The Rock saw a big uptick in fan support. He also started consolidating his famous persona during this time, which would last until 2000. 88. His popularity caused him to be booked in a feud with fellow Nation members Mark Henry and Lo Brown, turning babyface in the process. Henry defeated him at Judgment Day, In Your House on October 18, 1998, after interference from Brown, effectively breaking up the stable. 89-90. WWF Champion and Rise to Superstardom, 1998-2000. See also, The Corporation and Rock and Sock Connection. As part of The Corporation, The Rock feuded with Stone Cold Steve Austin and stole Austin's personalized WWF Championship and his Smoking Skull belt. The Rock was then entered into the Deadly Game tournament for the vacant WWF Championship. The finals occurred at Survivor Series on November 15, 1998, where The Rock defeated Vince McMahon's associate, Mankind, to win his first WWF Championship. 91-92. A double turn then occurred as The Rock turned heel again after allying with Vince and Shane McMahon as the crown jewel of their stable, The Corporation, after the McMahons betrayed Mankind. 91-93. On December 13, 1998, at the pay-per-view named after him, Rock Bottom, In Your House, The Rock had a rematch with Mankind for the WWF Championship. Mankind appeared to win the match when The Rock passed out to the mandible claw submission move, but Vince McMahon ruled that since The Rock did not tap out, he retained his title. 93-94. In the main event of the January 4, 1999, episode of Raw is War, Mankind defeated The Rock for the championship after interference from Stone Cold Steve Austin. 95. Then at the Royal Rumble on January 24, 1999, The Rock regained the title in an I Quit match, a type of submission match that only ends if one of the combatants says I quit on a microphone. Intended to show a vicious streak in The Rock's character, The Rock hit Mankind in the head with a steel chair 11 times instead of the scripted 5 shots already being risky. Most wrestling matches in the Attitude Era involving steel chairs had at most 2 or 3 shots to the head. After the 5th shot, Mankind was still ringside instead of 2/3 up the entrance ramp where he was supposed to be, and after the 11th shot, which knocked Mankind out, A recording of Mankind saying "I quit" from an earlier interview was played over the public address system. 96-97, on January 31st, during an episode of Sunday Night Heat, The Rock and Mankind participated in an empty arena match, a match that took place in an arena with 22,000 empty seats where any part of the facility could be used to contest the match. After 20 minutes of chaotic brawling in the ring, the stands, a kitchen, the catering area, an office, the arena corridors and finally a basement loading area, Mankind pinned The Rock using a forklift truck to win the WWF title. 98. The two faced off again, at Street Valentine's Day Massacre, in Your House on February 14, 1999, in a last man standing match which ended in a draw, meaning Mankind retained the title. Their feud ended on the February 15 Raw is War, when The Rock won his third WWF Championship in a ladder match after a debuting Big Show interfered on his behalf. 99-100, The Rock then lost the WWF Championship to Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 15 on March 28, 1999. 101. The Rock's popularity was fueled by his charisma and speaking abilities, which led to many catchphrases and merchandising opportunities. The Rock's popularity continued to grow and audiences still cheered for him even though he was a heel. He then lost the title rematch against Stone Cold Steve Austin at Backlash, in Your House on April 25, 1999. 102. The next night on Raw is War he was fired from the corporation after he was betrayed by Shane McMahon, turning him face again and starting a feud with Triple H, The Undertaker and the corporate ministry. On April 29, 1999, WWF aired the pilot episode of SmackDown, a term derived from one of The Rock's catchphrases. In the episode, The Rock continued his feud with the corporate ministry. This led to a match with Triple H at Over the Edge on May 23, 1999, which The Rock won, 103, and a match for the WWF Championship against The Undertaker, at King of the Ring, which The Rock lost. 104. The Rock then lost a number 1 contenders match to Triple H, at Fully Loaded, after interference from Mr. Ass Billy Gunn. 105. The Rock then defeated Gunn in a Kiss My Ass match at SummerSlam on August 22, 1999. The Rock was also given the privilege of having his own signature match, like The Undertaker with the Buried Alive match, Kane with the Inferno match and Mankind with the Boiler Room Brawl. The Brahma Bull Rope match, a variant of a strap match, was a normal singles match where the components are tied together with a rope used for cattle farming, and the rope and its attached cowbell could both be used as weapons. The Rock contested this match twice, both times in Texas, versus Triple H in Dallas, and versus Al Snow in Houston. 106. Shortly after SummerSlam, The Rock began teaming with former opponent Mankind and the two became known as the Rock and Sock Connection. 107. They became WWF Tag Team Champions for the first time after defeating The Undertaker and Big Show for the titles on the August 30, 1999, episode of Raw is War. 108-109, the two performed a number of critically acclaimed comedic skits together, including one called This Is Your Life, which saw Mankind bring parody versions of people from The Rock's past on television, such as his high school girlfriend and his high school football coach, only to have The Rock insult them. The segment earned an 8.4 Nielsen rating, one of the highest ratings ever for a Raw segment. 110. The two lost the titles back to Undertaker and Big Show on the September 9 episode of SmackDown, and won them back from them on the September 20 episode of Raw is War. 111-112. Rock and Mankind then lost the titles to the New Age Outlaws on the very next episode of SmackDown. 113. Rock and Mankind would win the tag titles for the third and final time after beating the New Age Outlaws on the October 14 episode of SmackDown, before losing the titles to the Holly Cousins on the October 18 episode of Raw is War. 114-115. At the Royal Rumble, On January 23, 2000, The Rock entered the Royal Rumble match and was one of the final two remaining, along with Big Show. In an attempt at a false finish, Big Show intended to throw The Rock over the top rope in a running power slam-like position, before The Rock countered the move on the ring apron, sending Big Show to the floor before re-entering the ring as the winner. 116, but The Rock's feet accidentally hit the floor during the reversal attempt, though those watching the event on television did not see that. This was played up in the storyline as Big Show provided additional video footage showing it and claimed to be the rightful winner. The Rock's #1 contendership for the WWF Championship was then put on the line against Big Show at No Way Out on February 27, 2000, which Big Show won after Shane McMahon interfered. 117. The Rock then defeated Big Show on the March 13 episode of Raw is War, to regain the right to face the WWF champion, Triple H, at WrestleMania 2000 on April 2, in a fatal four-way elimination match, also including Big Show and Mick Foley. 118-119, each wrestler had a McMahon in his corner. Triple H had his wife Stephanie, Foley had Linda, The Rock had Vince and Big Show had Shane. 119-120, The Rock lasted until the final two but was eliminated by Triple H after Vince betrayed him by hitting him with a chair. 120-121. Due to his image at the time, a Magic, the Gathering deck archetype was named after him. 122, record-breaking world champion, 2008-2002. The Rock as the WWF champion in 2000. In the following weeks, The Rock continued his feud with Triple H and eventually won his fourth WWF Championship, which he won on April 30, at Backlash, after Stone Cold Steve Austin intervened on his behalf. 123-124, the following night on Raw, he successfully defended his title against Shane McMahon in a steel cage match. On May 21, at Judgment Day, The Rock faced Triple H in an Iron Man match with Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee. 125, with the score tied at 5 falls each, and with seconds left on the time limit, The Rock was disqualified when The Undertaker attacked Triple H, thus giving Triple H the 6-5 win and the title. 125-126. The Rock won the WWF Championship for a fifth time at King of the Ring on June 25 by scoring the winning pin in a six-man tag team match, teaming with Kane and The Undertaker against Shane McMahon, Triple H and Vince McMahon, whom he pinned. 127-128, The Rock successfully defended the championship against Chris Benoit, on July 23, at Fully Loaded. The next month, he successfully defended his title against Kurt Angle and Triple H at SummerSlam. The Rock had another successful title defense against Benoit, Kane and The Undertaker, on September 24, at Unforgiven. 129. The Rock then lost the WWF Championship to Kurt Angle, at No Mercy, on October 22, 2000. 130. The next month, The Rock feuded with Ricochet and defeated him at Survivor Series. 131. The Rock wrestled a six-man Hell in a Cell match for the WWF Championship, at Armageddon, which Angle won to retain the title. 132. On the December 18 episode of Raw, The Rock won the WWF Tag Team Championship with The Undertaker, defeating Edge and Christian, before losing it back to them the next night at a SmackDown taping. 133. In 2001, The Rock continued to feud with Angle over the WWF Championship, culminating at No Way Out on February 25, 2001, where he pinned Angle to win the WWF Championship for a sixth time. 134-135, The Rock then feuded with the Royal Rumble winner, Stone Cold Steve Austin, whom he lost the title to at WrestleMania X7 after Austin allied with Vince McMahon, who interfered on his behalf. 136. On the next night's Raw is War, during a steel cage title rematch, Triple H attacked The Rock, allying with McMahon and Austin and helping Austin retain the championship. 137. Austin and Triple H then formed a tag team called the Power Trip. 138. While The Rock was indefinitely suspended in storyline, Johnson used this time off to act in The Scorpion King. The Rock taunting an opponent at ringside at WWF Raw. October 2001. The Rock returned in late July 2001 when the WWF was feuding with rival promotions World Championship Wrestling, WCW, and Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW, during what is known as the Invasion storyline. In reality, WCW was purchased by Vince McMahon and the WWF, and ECW had gone out of business in early 2001. Many former WCW and ECW wrestlers were then brought onto WWF television and formed the Alliance to compete with WWF in storyline. The Alliance and Vince McMahon then both attempted to persuade The Rock to join their team. The Rock then aligned with McMahon and the WWF. The next month, The Rock defeated Booker T at SummerSlam to win the WCW Championship for the first time. 139-140. He later lost the title to Chris Jericho at No Mercy on October 21, 2001. 141-142. The next night on Raw, he teamed with Jericho to win the WWF Tag Team Championship from the Dudley Boyz. The two then lost the tag titles to Booker T and Test on the November 1, 2001, episode of SmackDown. 143. The Rock defeated Jericho on the November 5 episode of Raw for his second WCW Championship. 144. As part of the WWF's battle against the Alliance, The Rock wrestled in a winner-takes-all 5-on-5 elimination tag team match at Survivor Series where the losing team's company would be dissolved in storyline. He was a member of Team WWF along with Chris Jericho, The Undertaker, Kane, and Big Show. The Alliance's team consisted of Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kurt Angle, Booker T, Rob Van Dam, and Shane McMahon. In the end, it came down to a one-on-one between The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Rock seemed to have the upper hand, until his teammate Jericho entered the ring and attacked The Rock. Austin tried to capitalize on this by pinning The Rock, but Kurt Angle revealed his true allegiance by attacking Austin. The Rock then pinned Austin, giving Team WWF the victory and forcing the Alliance to disband. The Rock's WCW Championship was renamed the Unbranded World Championship following the Alliance's loss. 145. At the next pay-per-view, Vengeance on December 9, 2001, The Rock lost the World Championship to Jericho, who would then unify the WWF and World titles later that night. 146. The Rock then unsuccessfully challenged Jericho for the now undisputed WWF Championship at Royal Rumble on January 20, 2002. 147. The Rock doing his signature pose before wrestling Hulk Hogan, bottom right, at WrestleMania X8, March 2002. At the next pay-per-view, No Way Out on February 17, 2002. The Rock defeated The Undertaker in a singles match. The event also saw the WWF debut of the famed WCW faction New World Order, which at the time consisted of Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall. 148. This later led to a match between The Rock and Hogan at WrestleMania X8 on March 17, 2002. The match was billed as Icon vs. Icon, with both men representing the top tier of two generations of wrestling. Ultimately, The Rock pinned Hogan at WrestleMania X8 to win the match. 149. Despite The Rock portraying a heroic character and Hogan a villain, a portion of the crowd attending the Sky Dome was rooting heavily for Hogan. 150-151. In an interview in 2013, Hogan said he and The Rock changed the style of the match on the fly based on the crowd's response. 152. After the introduction of the first ever brand extension, the WWF held a draft lottery on the March 25, 2002, episode of Raw. The Rock was the #1 overall pick, going to the SmackDown. brand before taking a sabbatical from wrestling. 153. The Rock made a surprise return on a June episode of Raw before going to his assigned brand of SmackDown. There, he was named the #1 contender for the WWE Undisputed Championship, which he won for a record-setting 7th time at Vengeance, on July 21, by defeating Kurt Angle and then-champion The Undertaker in a triple threat match. 154-155. The Rock successfully defended the title at the Global Warning event against Triple H and Brock Lesnar after pinning Triple H. 156. On August 25, at SummerSlam, after interference from Lesnar's manager Paul Heyman, The Rock lost the WWE Undisputed Championship to Lesnar along with the record for the youngest WWE champion, which he had set in 1998. 157. In 2018, writing for ESPN.com, Sean Coyle noted in a retrospective review of the event, that following his victory over Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania X8, The Rock started to see a dip in fan support, and that dip turned into a plunge by the time Rock had his match with Lesnar at SummerSlam because fans knew he was leaving WWE to pursue an acting career. 158. As evidenced by the negative crowd response during his match with Lesnar. 159. After SummerSlam ended, The Rock was visibly angry at the crowd reaction. When he tried to do a post-show speech for the crowd, the fans booed him. 160. The Rock then took time off to kickstart his acting career. 161. Final feuds and departure. 2003-2004. The Rock defeated Stone Cold Steve Austin, left, in Austin's final match at WrestleMania 19 in March 2003. The Rock returned on the January 30, 2003, episode of SmackDown, to set up another match with Hulk Hogan at No Way Out. 162. Because of negative fan reaction during previous matches as a result of his budding acting career, The Rock turned heel for the first time since 1999. He also started a new persona that has been called Hollywood Rock, with a new look and a shaved head. 163-164. The Rock defeated Hogan at No Way Out before moving to the Raw brand. 165. There, he had various small feuds, including one with the Hurricane. 166. He also began performing rock concerts, segments in which he played the guitar and mocked WWE performers and fans in song. 167. After failing to win a #1 contendership for the World Heavyweight Championship, The Rock went into another program with Stone Cold Steve Austin. This led to a match at WrestleMania 19 on March 30, 2003. Which called back to their previous 2 WrestleMania encounters, both of which Austin had won. 168. The Rock won after delivering 3 consecutive rock bottoms, ending their long-running rivalry in what turned out to be Austin's final match. 169. The next night, Raw was billed as the Rock Appreciation Night, in honor of his victory over Austin. That night, he was attacked by a debuting Goldberg. 170. At Backlash on April 27, 2003, Goldberg defeated The Rock, who then briefly left WWE to film Walking Tall. 171. During the rest of the year, The Rock made occasional appearances, returning to a face character. 172. In 2004, The Rock aided Mick Foley in his feud against Evolution, 3-173. Leading to a reunion of the Rock and Sock connection. They lost against Ric Flair, Randy Orton, and Batista in a handicap match at WrestleMania 20 on March 14, 2004, when Orton pinned Foley after an RKO. 174. This was Johnson's final wrestling match until November 2011. The Rock appeared in WWE sporadically following WrestleMania 20. He made returns to provide support for Eugene against Jonathan Coachman, and made a cameo in his hometown of Miami and helped Mick Foley against Law RA copyright assistance. 2. Later in 2004, he hosted a pie-eating contest, as part of the WWE Diva search, and ended the segment by giving Coachman a people's elbow. 2. The Rock's contract with WWE then ended and he started his full-time acting career. 175. Non-wrestling appearances, 2007-2009. On March 12, 2007, The Rock appeared on a WWE show after nearly 3 years. Via a pre-taped promo shown during Raw, he correctly predicted that Bobby Lashley would defeat Umaga at WrestleMania 23 in Donald Trump's and Vince McMahon's Battle of the Billionaires Hair vs. Hair match. 176. On March 29, 2008, Johnson inducted his father Rocky Johnson and grandfather Peter Maivia into the WWE Hall of Fame. 177. His next appearance was through a pre-taped promo on October 2, 2009, during the Decade of SmackDown. 178. Independent Circuit, 2009. On September 30, 2009, The Rock appeared at a World Stream Wrestling (WXW) show to support the professional wrestling debut of Sarona Snuka, the daughter of his longtime friend and mentor Jimmy Snuka. 179. Return to WWE feud with John Cena, 2011-2013. The Rock in the ring as WrestleMania 27 host, April 2011. On February 14, 2011, The Rock was announced as the host of WrestleMania 27 on April 3, 2011, appearing live on Raw for the first time in almost 7 years. During a lengthy promo, he addressed the fans and started a feud with John Cena. 181. After numerous appearances via satellite, The Rock appeared live on the Raw before WrestleMania 27 to confront Cena. After he and Cena exchanged insults, The Miz and Alex Riley appeared and attacked The Rock. He fended off Miz and Riley, only for Cena to blindside him with an attitude adjustment. 182. The Rock and John Cena left on Raw, agreeing to a match at WrestleMania 28 1 year in advance on April 3. At WrestleMania 27, The Rock opened the show by cutting a promo. After appearing in numerous backstage segments, The Rock came to ringside to restart the main event between Cena and The Miz as a no disqualification match, after it had ended in a draw. As revenge for the attitude adjustment Cena had given him on Raw, Rock hit Cena with the Rock Bottom, allowing The Miz to pin him and retain the WWE Championship. After the match, Rock attacked Miz and hit him with the People's Elbow. 183. The next night on Raw, The Rock and Cena agreed to a match at WrestleMania 28 the next year. They then worked together to fend off an attack by the Crook, which at the time consisted of Wade Barrett, Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, and Ezekiel Jackson. 184. The Rock appeared live on Raw in his hometown of Miami to celebrate his 39th birthday. 185. On September 16, WWE announced The Rock would wrestle in a traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series tag team match, teaming with Cena at Survivor Series in November. 186. But on the October 24 episode of Raw, Cena instead suggested The Rock be his partner in a standard tag team match against The Miz and R-Truth, a team called Awesome Truth. 187, which Rock agreed to the next week. 188. On November 14, during the special Raw Gets Rocked, The Rock appeared live, delivering rock bottoms to Mick Foley, who had been hosting a This Is Your Lifestyle segment for Cena, and later both members of Awesome Truth. 189. The Rock and Cena defeated Awesome Truth on November 20 at Survivor Series, when The Rock pinned The Miz. After the match, The Rock gave Cena a rock bottom. 190. The Rock celebrating his victory at WrestleMania 28, April 2012. Leading up to WrestleMania, The Rock and Cena had several verbal confrontations on Raw. 191-192. On the March 12, 2012, episode of Raw, The Rock hosted his first rock concert segment since 2004, mocking Cena in his songs. 193. On April 1, at WrestleMania 28, The Rock defeated Cena in the main event after countering Cena's attempt at a people's elbow into a rock bottom and pinning Cena. 194. This event broke the record for biggest professional wrestling pay-per-view view rate. The following night on Raw, The Rock praised Cena, calling their match an honor. He then vowed to once again become WWE Champion. 195. On July 23, at Raw 1000, The Rock announced he would wrestle for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. During the show, he encountered then reigning WWE Champion CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, and John Cena, all of whom expressed a desire to face him. The Rock later saved Cena from an assault by Big Show, only to be laid out by CM Punk. 196. On the January 7, 2013, episode of Raw, The Rock returned to confront his Royal Rumble opponent CM Punk. 197. On January 11, he made his first SmackDown appearance in 10 years, getting into an altercation with Team Rhodes Scholars, resulting in him delivering a rock bottom to Damian Sandow and a people's elbow to Cody Rhodes. 198. The Rock closed out the 20th anniversary episode of Raw, on January 14, with one of his rock concerts, leading to a brawl with CM Punk. 199. The following week on Raw, The Rock was attacked by The Shield. Vince McMahon then asserted that if The Shield attacked The Rock in his title match with CM Punk, Punk would be stripped of the WWE Championship. 200. The Rock revealing the brand new WWE Championship design on WWE Raw, February 2013. On January 27, at the Royal Rumble, CM Punk would seemingly defeat The Rock after the arena lights went out and someone attacked The Rock. Vince McMahon then came out and was about to strip Punk of the championship. However, at The Rock's request, he instead restarted the match. This culminated in The Rock defeating Punk to win his 8th WWE Championship. 201. Punk received a title rematch with The Rock, at Elimination Chamber on February 17, 2013, with the added stipulation that if The Rock was disqualified or counted out, he would still lose the WWE Championship. The Rock would pin Punk to defeat him and retain the championship. 202. The following night on Raw, The Rock unveiled a new WWE Championship design, with a different center plate and removable customizable side plates which had his Brahmable logo. 203. The Rock then resumed his rivalry with John Cena, who won that year's Royal Rumble to set up a rematch of the previous WrestleMania match between the two at WrestleMania 29, only this time with the WWE Championship on the line. 204-205. On April 7, at WrestleMania 29, Rock lost the WWE Championship to Cena, ending his reign at 70 days. 206. Despite being advertised for Raw after WrestleMania, where it was stated that The Rock was still entitled a rematch for the WWE Championship. 207. The Rock did not appear because of a real injury sustained during his match with Cena, in which his abdominal and adductor tendons tore from his pelvis. 208. Johnson underwent surgery on April 23 to reattach the torn tendons. 209. Post-surgery, it made his abdomen look far less muscular than the rest of his body, notably his arms. 210. Part-time appearances, 2014-2024. The Rock, right, confronts Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 30, April 2014. In April 2014, The Rock appeared in the opening segment of WrestleMania 30 along with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Hulk Hogan. 211. On the October 6 episode of Raw, The Rock made a surprise appearance to confront Rusev Van Lana. This resulted in The Rock clearing Rusev from the ring. 212. The Rock appeared at the 2015 Royal Rumble event on January 25, 2015, during the main event match, where he helped his relative Roman Reigns fend off Big Show and Kane after Reigns eliminated them from the match. Reigns then won the match and The Rock endorsed him in the ring. 213, 214, 215. The Rock appeared at WrestleMania 31 on March 29, 2015, alongside Ronda Rousey, getting into an in-ring altercation with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Rock and Rousey prevailed after he attacked Triple H and she overpowered McMahon. 216. On June 27, The Rock appeared at a live event in Boston, where he confronted Bo Dallas and gave him a rock bottom. 217. The Wyatt family confronting The Rock at WrestleMania 32, April 2016. On the January 25, 2016, episode of Raw, The Rock was in a segment that saw him converse with The Miz, Big Show, Lana and Rusev before he and his relatives, the Usos, got into an altercation with the WWE Tag Team Champions, The New Day. 218. The Rock appeared at WrestleMania 32 on April 3, 2016, where he announced that WWE had broken the all-time WrestleMania attendance record before being interrupted by the Wyatt family. The Rock got into a verbal back-and-forth with Bray Wyatt before having an impromptu match with Wyatt family member Eric Rowan. The Rock won after giving Rowan a rock bottom and pinning him in 6 seconds, which set the record for the fastest win in WrestleMania history. The Rock was then aided by a returning John Cena to fend off Wyatt, Rowan and Braun Strowman. 219. On the February 20, 2017, episode of Raw, The Rock made an untelevised appearance after the broadcast had gone off the air, where he promoted and filmed a scene for his then upcoming film Fighting With My Family. 220. On August 3, 2019, The Rock officially announced his retirement from professional wrestling. 221. On September 30, 2019, after weeks of speculation, The Rock announced that he would appear on SmackDown's 20th anniversary on October 4, 2019, marking his first appearance on SmackDown since October 2014 and his first televised appearance since April 2016. 222. At the event, he cut a promo with Becky Lynch before they were interrupted by King Corbin. After attacking Corbin, The Rock and Lynch celebrated in the ring. 223. On September 15, 2023, The Rock made a surprise return to SmackDown, in a segment with Pat McAfee and Austin Theory, who Rock took out within the segment. This marked his first televised appearance in WWE since October 4, 2019. 224.
Wow. You actually know who I am? Yeah.
Of course. Want to know how I know? Dwayne Douglas Johnson, born May 2, 1972, also known by his ring name The Rock, is an American actor, businessman, and professional wrestler. He is currently signed to WWE, performing on the SmackDown brand as a member of the Bloodline. However, a shoulder injury limited his playing time, hindering his progress and affecting his senior season. Dreams of the NFL. While Johnson's dream was to make it to the NFL, his shoulder injury posed a significant obstacle. Despite his determination, he was not drafted into the NFL.
But I was arrested before for this. Johnson had a tumultuous childhood and was arrested several times for fighting, theft, and check fraud as a juvenile. He turned his life around after joining the football team of Freedom High School. Johnson achieved remarkable success as a defensive tackle and was considered one of the top high school players.
Look, I don't care. You turned your life around, and God appreciates what you do. Now, I will take your order since this video has gotten an hour long, then we leave.
Can I get a chicken shawarma, a beef shawarma, shawarma poutine, and a Pepsi please?
Sure. That'll be $15.